but looks like it's going to be pretty straightforward. Hammer bringing down the collapse. And I don't understand why Meier does this. I've seen him do this so many times where he's just totally winning, and he just like doesn't put his opponent away. And if you know anything about Hammer, if anyone's watched the arena, Hammer never resigns. And there's a reason for that. We've seen so many stalemates. Oh my god. You could not have timed that better. That was so funny. I'm like sitting there criticizing Meier, right? No, it's not over. T Wolf, whatever. It's just getting started. We are rocking and rolling and back at it. And let's pretend like nothing ever happened, you know? Like when your family got in a fight at Thanksgiving and, you know, they didn't talk to each other for the entire year, but the next year they all come back, right? Just like that. We're just going to pretend that nothing happened as we move forward and watch the Arena Kings. So let's do it. Hopeful that that everything is going to go well. So what's happened while we're gone? The man who came to play today, looks like Mr. Tang, is right now showing that he's going to be the man to beat. Dominating the arena right now with 35 points. He's at 10 out of 11 right now. So that's good. That's good. So if you're not following him, you can follow his stream, or you can go to unchess.com and follow him. We've also got right behind him, just where we left them. It seems that Lenderman and Tang are the ones in top form right now, as far as bringing the noise and the funk. You can see the current standings. I can show you the current standings if you'd like. We'll keep following the game there above me. Right now, the standings are as you see them here on the left with, as we said, Lenderman and Penguin GM right there at the top. The only big-name GM who normally streams and does well in this event that's within striking distance right now is kind of Naroditsky. Not to say that Ben Feingold is also not a popular and well-known streamer, but hasn't played in many Arena Kings, although Ben told me of his intention to make sure he plays a lot more Arena Kings this year. So I'm glad, Moses. I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad you're appreciating. This is probably the last time you're going to see it this week. I think it's coming off tonight before tomorrow's stream. The Speed Chess Championship is tomorrow. In case you didn't know, Grishik versus Duda right here. Twitch TV/chess. The second round of the Speed Chess Championship rolls on. You can make sure you're following all of that as well. Those are the biggest events. This event today has probably the most people watching the chess category in many ways because you have so many people streaming. But we have a lot of hype building around this match between Grishik and Duda. We'll see if the young Polish man can pull another upset over another Russian. That being that he already upset Sergei Karyakin in round one. So pretty excited for that. All right, we continue, and we watch Lenderman. Looks like he's about to deliver the mate. Oh, we got it. Love it. Love the checkmate. All right, so Lenderman wins again, catching up. It's really going to come down to whether Tang can hold his own as the pairings now start to be some of the top players against other top players, right? Naroditsky, Penguin GM, Lenderman, Crypto Chess. Pretty sure that Crypto Chess is also streaming. That's Alexander Katz, although I don't know of his channel. It's probably listed there in the Moobot share there. If you want to type the streamers command, go for it. So, okay, here we go. Lenderman, Tang. This is the action we waited for. We've got a slight edge for white, a nice French structure with a weak pawn on e6. But again, bullet is bullet. h5 is probably coming here at some point for white. Then you play g3, king g2, and you just kind of keep the bind and grind, as I like to say. The bind and grind. Yeah. Ooh, he wants more than the bind and grind. He's just dropping the knight on e6 now. Yeah, something went wrong for Tang out of this opening. This is borderline resignable for black already. A lot of different options. You can even just put the knight on c5 if you're really worried about it. Yeah, I guess he is. But e6 is coming in some positions here. I think the biggest issue is that in addition to being worse, is Tang is in a rare situation where he's down on time. Finally, e6 comes in. Queen comes to e5. f5 is also falling. Now there's rook coming to e1 in some positions. Okay, queen g4, very interesting. Trying to keep the battery on the g file. Bishop takes h6, I think, is on the agenda. Okay, now you can't, but bishop takes h6 was still a move there. Whoa, he just blundered his queen! Lenderman just blundered his queen on f4. Oh my gosh, what did he do there? Lenderman just went from completely winning to playing the move queen to f4 in this position. Was that a mouse slip? I mean, bishop takes h6 is still just crushing on the spot. Wow. And Tang comes back and wins a game he has no business winning. Just like that, he fends off Lenderman. So, okay. Wow, that was I don't know how that happened, right? That was pretty bad. What's up? What's up, Tay IP9999 Tayeb? Hope things are going better. I apologize if my stream is still dropping frames. Honestly, no idea what's going on. Makes no sense. Other than my team just I don't know what's going on. I think I'm... Oh, you know what it is? Possibly? I have an idea of what it might be. I think I have an idea. Okay, so let's get out of this and see if we can't. Does your computer need Starbucks? Maybe my computer does need Starbucks. Did somebody say that in the chat? If they did, I missed it. That's hilarious. My apologies. You know, I don't know, but we're gonna have a ton of fun today anyway. First event of the Arena Kings. I'm gonna close out of some other stuff going on that I can't really seem to make sense of. Again, even though normally I have nothing but the powerful beast that we do the mass majority of chess.com's biggest events from. All right, Hammer versus Penguin. Penguin again, kind of getting pushed around, but here he's up on the clock. He already made a comeback in last game. I don't think that was the best move by Hammer. I think Hammer could have played g6. Okay. He's got only 5 seconds. You might just want to trade the bishop and go for a draw if you're Hammer here, honestly. Because I'm not sure that you have anything better than just, oh, he's not doing it. Hammer's going to lose this game because he's not taking the draw on the clock. Oh, but he does find a way to win the bishop. Oh my god. Still gets the draw, but Tang blundered the bishop. If he just kept it away for a few more seconds, it was over. O-V-A-H. Over. In case you don't know how to spell that. Okay, well, Tang fights off that. Here we have a big game between a couple of well-known international master streamers. Trent currently bringing the pressure to Bartholomew. You have to like White's position with the rook on the 7th rank. Yeah, today is the 1-0 Arena Kings. You can look at the tournament if you want to see the standings, and go for it. There's a lot of people streaming in the chess category right now on Twitch, and we encourage you to check it out. But shout out to all those of you joining us. I'm gonna risk at some point here checking out some of the other channels again, but trying to see it's going okay. All right. All right, this game ends in a draw. We got Hammer beats Lenderman. Okay, Penguin GM taking on Blitzstream again. This is actually a pretty good matchup. As far as bullet goes, Blitzstream, one of the sneakiest players on our site for sure. I think that's a fair description. I know sneaky sounds sometimes like a backhanded compliment, but he's just very resourceful. Blitzstream is full of creating opportunities for his opponent to go wrong. All right, but really this is going to come down, if we look at the standings, to two names that we're not that surprised about. You got Linderman and Andrew Tang right there at the top. Sorry, Naroditsky now has caught up once again. Okay, keeping an eye on that. Let's stay right here, though, to see if Blitzstream can pull the upset, because right now it looks like he's doing one thing that's hard to do against Tang, which is stay up on the clock, right? So now that he's creating more problems, again, this is why I said, ooh, that's a queen. That's a queen. That's a pin problem. Pin emote. Now you have rook takes e5 coming. Ouch. So unless, barring something insane, at this point, there's really, this one is pretty much over. The question is just whether or not Blitzstream can continue to stay up on the clock now that he's, yeah, okay. So he's managed to do it, managed to take down Andrew Tang. That's a huge upset, but like I said, not surprising. Earlier in the game, Blitzstream bullet may not be his favorite time control, but he's pretty good. And that sends us right into the biggest matchup of all we've had so far, when you have two players sitting at almost 10 points above the rest of the field, right? And so Naroditsky versus Tang. Naroditsky was the one who knocked Tang out of the Streamers Championship at the end of Season 1. So these two have history in regards to how they feel about this and wanting to beat each other. So the pairing system is based on rating and strength to ensure equal games as much as it is standing. So these players are likely playing against players that are of their strength, and that's why they're doing well. So won't go too much into the system there, because clearly you're probably new here, and that makes sense. But there you go. I didn't even know we had a Moobot for that. Look at Chess Bay rocking every possible angle of Moobot serving a purpose, right? This tournament is about finding the best Blitz players in the world. It's about having fun, showcasing streamers, and seeing people try to get good streaks. Anyone can win. Chessmate, can we just, I mean, I know, like we're both, you know, or no, I'm married. I know you're kind of not on the market, but we should just keep this whole thing going. I just love everything you do. It's just amazing. You know, that is the best possible description. I do love you so much. I do love you so much, and you know that. All right, Naroditsky wins this game. Tang has lost 2 in a row, probably for the last time today, right? We expect him to bounce back. Naroditsky moves on to Yavrukurt 40. I think I said that right. Andrew taking on FIDE Master Ahmadza 1-3. Ahmadzada. This is an interesting matchup here. We've got Linderman taking on a Polish streamer. If you don't know who Dawid is, he's about to lose. That's who he is. And he's a well-known streamer in the Polish community. And we really enjoy a lot of the things he does there. Want to make sure I'm following some of the other games going on that we just haven't been keeping up with, because we have so many strong players. And if they're not right at the top of the standings, we forget, right? So bringing up all these other guys here. We've got John Bartholomew. We've got Krikor. Again, most of the title players you see playing are also streaming. But anybody who wants to be eligible for prizes has to stream, right? So it's a requirement if you want to. Yeah, what's going on? I'm sorry about the lag, guys. I have no idea. This is it's really shocking me, because it always bothers me when I can't deliver the best possible show, as you know. And I unfortunately probably let it distract me more than I should, but that's because I really care about delivering on the experience. And honestly, I'm not doing anything different at all. So I have no idea. I have no idea about the lag. I would blame Twitch, but apparently other people are totally fine. So this is just very strange. So, yep, sorry about that. I know. Now I want to sit here and fix it, but I don't know what to do. So I'm trying not to let it distract me. But then I know you're unhappy, and then I can't please everybody, and back to therapy. All right. Okay, let's go to Hammer and Fins. This is fun. Ooh, don't take the knight. I mean, okay, if you take the knight, you could have taken it with check, because there wouldn't have been a queen takes f2. So Fins actually could have taken the rook. I'm not sure if he realized that. But he's bringing the battery. Bringing the battery, and he misses the skewer. Oh, no. Hammer finds the skewer, and with it, Fins goes down on the clock as well. That's one of those just heartbreaking moves to miss right there. And obviously, you know, we don't have to tell Fins that, but that's a tough one right there. It sends us to a Hammer versus Meier. As always happens, I feel like Meier just starts out slowly and tends to find his groove, you know, somewhere around the 70-minute mark. So this is a little early even for Meier. You know, right now he's back up to 16th place. Not in the top 3 here as far as these guys, but we see that Meier be creeping. Where is he? He's getting ready. He's on his way back. He's coming. Don't you worry about it. Yo, Meier's be creeping, dog. Okay, sound is struggling, so I'll check that out. We'll make a switch. All around tech issues. All around tech issues today, unfortunately. So, all right. What's going on now? All right, Hammer and Meier. Let's focus on this one. A couple of guys who deserve our love. Queen comes to f5. Here comes rook to c2. Okay, but you got to worry about check and then backdoor. So the problem for Hammer is he has no way to improve the pressure, and we're just, you know, here comes another lady. So this one's over short of Meier blundering something, which wouldn't be the first time. That's why we watched the Arena Kings, right? And okay, but looks like it's going to be pretty straightforward. Hammer bringing down the collapse, and I don't understand why Meier does this. I've seen him do this so many times where he's just totally winning, and he just like doesn't put his opponent away. And if you know anything about Hammer, if anyone's watched the Arena, Hammer never resigns, and there's a reason for that. We've seen so many stalemates. Oh my god. You could not have timed that better. That was so funny. I'm like sitting there criticizing Meier, right? Because he shouldn't be doing that. And then, oh my god, that is chess karma. Georg, you get what you deserve on that, dude. Oh my god, that was hilarious. That was so funny. Unfortunately, my channel's not available for the best clip of the week, but that might have been up there. That was like Meier playing like a complete jerk, honestly, and Hammer just doing what he does all the time. Hammer just always plays it out. Hammer doesn't resign, as you can see why. That's why Hammer doesn't resign, right? So chess karma or the commentator's curse. Either way, it's not my problem. All right, their problem. If you can't just put your opponent away when you're that winning, that's a you problem. And oh my gosh, that is just absolutely hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious. Okay, moving on. Meier. Oh, Georg, you just upset John Urschel so much. You just made your #1 fan so unhappy. All right, looks like Fins should be able to put away. Oh, no, Fins is black. Okay, Naroditsky puts away Fins, which puts him at top. So you see, slowly but surely, you've got Naroditsky doing what he does best, which is just, you know, dominate the field, to be honest. Penguin, GM, Tang is not too far behind. Lawrence Trent taking on Raj. Raj at 3-4-1. We haven't checked on Lenderman in a while. How's he doing? Almost falling outside the top 10, so not his best. That was just crazy. Who stalemated Hammer at the Streamers Championship, Chespe? It was Kosteniuk, right? Didn't she stalemate Hammer? That's why he plays it out. So again, like, it's just a totally a Georg problem for like getting frustrated by that, and then he gets what he deserves. Stalemates Hammer. Hilarious. Hilarious. Okay. Black should just forget about everything he's doing and just rush the ape. There you go. Yeah. Everything you're doing on that side of the board is a waste of time. I don't think white can mate you. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, so don't get mated. But yeah, you get the queen with check, and you're going to be delivering the goods before white can do anything, and that's exactly what Lenderman does. Probably his best chance, if you're Wasiski or whoever that guy is, was actually this whole plan with the G pawn was too slow. Should have played G5 there with the threat of G6 mate. That would have been a chance to catch Lenderman off guard. Okay, but he didn't. So remember, in the Arena Kings, you get these bonus points based on how well you're doing, right? So the streak, the little number you see there is their streak as they're going streaking up the leaderboard. Yeah, Bartholomew was also crushing him, and Hammer got a stalemate. So yeah, Hammer is the stalemate king, and that's, you see why. You see why he doesn't resign. Yeah. Liam Shez, you said you just lost 100 points, so you rage quit. That makes sense. What's up, Liam Shez? I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're hyped for the new season. Me too. Me too, but about you, as was once said on Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Cool. Cool. Letterman is creeping around, right? All right, Lenderman keeps creeping, right? Remember, everybody, if you're just joining us today, please search the chess category on Twitch. You will see just about everybody playing, and especially those title players finishing near the top of the standings are streaming themselves in the event right now. So if this is your first time tuning into an Arena Kings event, this is the Chess World's version of Twitch Rivals for those of you who speak Twitch, right? And we have the pleasure of following all of these amazing players, and I am here to be your guide, follow some of the biggest moments, catch some of the funniest things, hopefully, as they happen, and remind you that you should be following everyone else's channel. So please do. All right, so Lenderman wins again, and as we said, so he's not going away. Naroditsky now gets Blitzstream. So after his hot streak comes to an end, he now has to face one of the trickiest players who we've already seen beat Tang today. So let's see. Ooh, knight takes f6. He can't take as what, queen d6? I thought he would play queen d6 first. But then if king g7, f6, and the queen can get back. Okay, yeah, this is better. Now on bishop e6. No, f6. Okay, the problem for... Oh, that's a mistake, because here comes queen c5. Yeah, I was going to say the problem with Naroditsky's attack is that he's about to trade queens. So that was another clairvoyant Danny. Saw that one coming, because I don't think he realized that there was a threat to trade queens. And now there's no attack, right? Much less chance to mate the black king when you're just down a piece in the endgame. Okay, but we've seen Danya win games like this before. Here comes the other rook to c2. I'm not sure what Blitzstream is doing. He just play this move like instantly. Just take the bishop. Naga, not gonna win this game, right? Naga, not gonna win this game, Danya. All right, although right as I say that, of course, we look at the time on the tickety and we see that it's not totally over. In fact, the knight was just hanging. Naroditsky misses it. The problem with being the one down on the material in this setting is you'll notice that Blitzstream's moves as black are going to see how they're coming a lot faster. He's able to pre-move in a way that Naroditsky isn't because he just doesn't have the options, right? So despite the fact that it was equal, and normally we would favor Naroditsky in a time scramble against pretty much anybody, right? Maybe besides Tang. You have to favor the person with extra pieces here because Naroditsky wasn't in a position where he was capable of making like any pre-moves, right? And black can just pre-move check and then make a move, right? So this is bullet strategy, right? Being able to pre-move and then respond. So we see Blitzstream, hey, he's had two massive scalps today, right? He's beaten Tang and he's beaten Naroditsky now. Okay, speaking of Tang, he's actually gonna win this with only two. Oh, that was sick. Tang just wins. Look at that. According to our site, he lost on time, but mate was delivered on the board, right? That's how it should be. That was awesome, right? That's Tang literally winning by the hair on his chinny chin, which is relevant today, right? Before all this comes off. Okay, Lenderman and Naroditsky. This is the GM on GM action that people pay for, but queen takes c2 is coming with check. Okay, b3 is falling. Rook to c3. No, rook c3 would have ran to rook c1. This is good enough for Naroditsky to be better, but so rook c1, I think you want to get this bishop involved, whether it's to d5 or whether... Okay, you have to be careful though. If Naroditsky continues to mess around, there may be some weird tricks coming. I guess the problem for Lenderman is there's no way to really get more pieces involved in the attack. This rook's coming to c8 and then c2 with check. Okay. Naroditsky just sort of coordinating, developing. Oop, okay. Queen e6, good enough. Here comes the rook to c2, as we called much earlier, and should be good enough. I mean, Lenderman has kept himself in this game, to be totally honest. I mean, given the direction that it was in. Now, you got to play queen d2 here. Oh, but then there would have been queen to e5 check? No, but then you could have gone back to d4. I think Lenderman let it get away right there. I don't think he has anything. Yeah. Okay, so Naroditsky bounces back with a win against his fellow Grandmaster peer. Let's check out this one here. You can follow both John Bartholomew and Krikor. I think Krikor might have the most viewers of any streamer right now. So the Titan, the Kraken himself, not the Titan, Krikor the Kraken, has a lot of people tuning into his show. So if you speak Portuguese, recommend you tune into that. Or even if you don't speak Portuguese and you just like green streams, I mean, you should go there anyway. All right, so Fins is, I think, better here. In fact, Krikor might be getting himself mated if he's not careful. You've got check, and then get the other rook involved before knight c4. Okay. Fins isn't able to do that, but he gets the h-pawn instead, which should be good enough. You can trade, put the bishop on f4, rush the h-pawn. This should be good enough. This should be good enough for Fins to be winning, but not enough time to say that for sure. All right, nice idea. Coming around to c7. In fact, you can't take the pawn because h7 falls. That was a huge maneuver by John, even with very little time on the clock. Very, very nice. And again, in OTB, this is for sure a win for white. The problem really is the time, right? But notice that Fins is really in the driver's seat here. Able to make a whole lot of pre-moves. He just missed his rook hanging, but he's going to push Freddie Fredrickson, trying to stop the checks. That's the problem, is Fins is more worried about checks than he is winning. You got to rush forward. You got to rush forward. Okay, but he got him down on time, and it looks like Fins is going to get this one. Finds a way to make Krikor a little more worried about it. It's so hard to focus on the technique of the position, obviously, when you've got no time. You're trying to put yourself in a position to safely pre-move, right? That's kind of why you walk it to the... Oop, nope, stop it. I don't want to play. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. You know, I haven't given him much love, although it looks like he is falling down the standings now. I was going to say that, you know, Ben hasn't gone away, right? Given the fact that he's playing in one of his first ever Arena Kings, and he's not the strongest bullet player. But okay, right? Yeah, I've got the Caucasian teenager thing going on today, Floyd Akash. All right. Still the two that we kind of always see near the top of this thing, Lenderman and Tang. Sorry, Naroditsky and Tang. We should probably give a follow over here to Mr. Katz, who's been on our radar now for a while, but is actually keeping it up. I think Katz is streaming, right? I think so. Search the chess category and you will find all of your flavor flaves, your favorite flavors. We're like the Baskin Robbins of chess today. You know, pick your flavor. You can even be like that guy who's super weird, who puts sherbet with Rocky Road, right? It's like, what's wrong with you? It's like, that's not even a universe that people live in. You know, you can't do that. You know, so whatever you're into today. You know, who would be the sherbet and Rocky Road chess streamer? Probably Ben Feingold. He's that weird, right? I could say that. What if, like, Ben Feingold and Baskin Robbins, like, 32 flavors had a baby? What would the flavor be called? I don't know, but let's think about it. Okay, Master Zachary takes down... Who's Master Zachary? I don't know, but daiquiris... that's gross. It is gross. It is gross, you're right. All right. Speaking of vegan kale with chocolate and banana, yeah. Now we've got Bartholomew taking on Ben Feingold here. This is right up John's alley here. This is the stuff you want. He should just take here. I was gonna say you should just take and then get back to your junkiness over here. That's a bad move. But I feel like John's not being as direct as he should be. Just take that pawn. All right, well, he might regret it the longer he waits on that idea, because if black gets b4, that's going to be a game changer. Yeah. I don't like the way John played this, honestly. I feel like that was just, it's a bullet bluff, which I understand, so it's hard to judge because I've been there. But now he's going to be in trouble here. Yeah, you take b4, rook takes a2 is coming. I wouldn't have even taken back if I was Ben. But okay, looks like John may have swindled his way out of the issues he created for himself with this fork that he got. Rook d7 should be coming. Should have been coming. Should be coming. Okay. Guard the mate. And I guess as long as you... Oh! What is Ben doing? What is John doing? What is going on here? Not a lot of time. And neither side putting on the greatest display of chess technique, right? Only 7 seconds. I guess John got a little more worried about his clock than he needed to be. Should still be winning, but with only 5 seconds, I'm not sure he's going to pull it off. Ooh! The pre-move battle begins. The pre-move battle begins, and he snuck around him with rook takes a7. Oh my god! Oh my god, that hurt. That was painful. That was painful if you're John. Ugh. But that game should have been over for so long. John kind of put himself in a bad spot, to be honest. All right. Let's go over here. Tang is taking on Hammer. Doesn't get much better than this. And should be winning. Look at this knight. Out past his bedtime. Wow. That was creative right there. That was a swindle. Right? That was a swindle there. To get that draw. You got to give it to Hammer. Tang should have taken on g6. I don't know if you can visualize the position, but when the king was coming up, he went after the knight instead of just taking on g6 with the bishop. and that would have been lights out. But okay, let's stay on the topic of Tang, and that now he's taking on his arch nemesis, Daniel Naroditsky, his rival, and looks to be wishing he got castled earlier. I guess that's what he looks to be doing here. I'm expecting Daniel to play rook c8 here. Okay, he plays rook b2. Same idea. I was saying don't even worry about the pawn here and build on the tension. I think you could have even played rook c8 earlier. Takes with the queen, but what's he going to do on castles? Is there a tactic that I'm missing? Something with knight to g4? That was a crafty decision there. He's going to go after the dark square bishop. Wow. I'm a little surprised by that. It doesn't look like Naroditsky has enough anyway, and you know, to justify the sacrifice, because his knight is falling here. Yeah, it doesn't look like this is going to work for Naroditsky anyway, but somehow he manages to keep Tang's king in the center, which just from a practical perspective is a win, right? Because now as they get into this time scramble, White's constantly dealing with all of these problems, all of these checks and all of the threats. Queen takes e4 is coming. The rook was hanging. I wonder why he didn't play rook b2 check though and then take. Interesting. But okay, this is what these two guys do, right? Create problems for their opponent. Tang objectively, I think, should be okay here, but maybe not. I mean, honestly, the king in the center at this point is super problematic. Yeah, Naroditsky just wants to keep all the pieces on the board. Tang is trying to go to pre-moveville, but probably not going to be enough. Oh, is it? He's got 1.8. He is getting his pre-moves. He's getting all the pre-moves he needs. The queen's hanging on e5. Boom! Tang out. He out Naroditsky there. I mean, okay, like black is completely winning here. For some reason, I think Naroditsky just missed that the... You know, one funny thing about the queen on e5, as irritating as it was, it stopped this bishop from giving check while the king was on d2. And I think that's why Tang did it. Because it was a pre-move swindle, right? Because baby black was trying to pre-move out of, you know, to get the attack, to keep the attack going. But no. Tang said no. He said no. Wow. That was crazy. And because of that, we see a tie now atop the standings, right? So that was not just an irrelevant win. You know, it's certainly not going to be the last time they play today, but it was a big win for Penguin. Oh, okay, so that's interesting. Naroditsky's on traveling internet today. Maybe not his best setup ever. Wouldn't be surprised, you know. Yeah, that wasn't his best time scramble. I have to agree. I was a little surprised by that. Clogged artery chip. That's a great name of that ice cream. What do I feel about fried deep dish pizza? Do I have a feeling about that? I don't know. I don't know if I do. I'm not a bit. I don't know. My wife's from Chicago, so I mean I've enjoyed myself a deep dish pizza from time to time, you know, visiting family, but I don't know that I'm into fried. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's good. Clogged artery chip ice cream. All right. So many big matchups going on. It's hard to keep track right now. But again, if you are just joining us, please search the chess category on Twitch. At this point, again, I'm Is Komsky streaming today? Looks like he's not. So Komsky's not here today. But it looks like you've got a ton of options. So many players streaming chess right now. So many people streaming chess right now. So go ahead and check it out if you are into that kind of thing. This was from before. We had John Bartholomew streaming, but that's no longer live, so we won't stay there. But thanks everybody for being here. Season 2 of the Arena Kings. It's only just begun. We've only just begun to stream. Okay. And yeah, that makes sense, Bay. I don't think he loves bullet. I don't think Kamsky loves losing, and I think he loses more bullet. So that would those two things would go hand in hand, for sure. All right. Is Meier? Look at Meier. I guess I should go back to the standings if I'm asking you to look at Meier. But yeah, he's got himself back into the top 10. Don't be surprised if Georg is back in the top 5 by the time things are all said and done. So okay. Let's stay with Krikor and Finns. Looks like Finns just swindled Krikor and is about to just win, actually. Wait, unless he just blundered. Did he really just blunder his queen with queen h5? He has to sack with rook takes e5. What's funny is he still has some sort of weird attack here, even with the queen move. But he played queen h5, and I'm announcing a win. The next second, I'm announcing not a win, right? Joshua Coleman strikes again, or whatever the heck that guy's name was. LOL. All right, but actually, white still has something here. Backs up the bishop, keep the rook on the board, pre-move check, take d5. Okay, not a bad move by Finns, h4, because it frees the back rank as well, right? So, a disciplined move in a bullet setting. I approve. Kid tested. Danny approved. Okay, I think bishop f1 is probably the better move there, just from a bullet perspective. You got to keep the pressure off of you. Put the bishop on a protected square. All right, Finns is playing aggressive here, but queen d1 check is going to force bishop f1 anyway. No, you can't play this move. Oh, oh. Knight takes g4, check on d3, allows knight e3, though. Actually, Finns is getting out of it. Okay, down on time, and again, you have to love the queen in these scenarios because it's so much harder to coordinate pieces. But Finns is doing his best to not just sit tight where he'll lose on time, trying to create issues, but unfortunately not enough. If Krikor was smart, though, he would have just sacked the queen for the knight and just eliminated everything. But probably it's not going to matter because, yeah, he takes Finns down anyway. So a valiant effort there from Mr. Bartholomew. But Krikor, who currently has more viewers than all the other streamers combined, almost. He's got over 1,000 people watching his stream right now. So that's awesome. GM Krikor, make the people proud. Right now you're, where are you? You're just outside. So not his best day. Krikor wins these events. You know, it's not a rare occasion that he does. So, yeah. Well, we're glad you're safe from the hurricane. Anybody here, if you happen to have been affected by that, our best wishes, and thanks for being here. Hopefully we can bring a little bit of joy. So, Chess Guy, I didn't know you lived in the Carolinas, but thank you. Thank you for being here. All right, Naroditsky somehow regains the lead again over Tang. We try to follow those guys as closely as we can, but it's going to be back and forth for the next hour anyway. Any Hooters, back over to Lenderman here, Bob. Lenderman and Meier, Bob. I tell you, the main reason I want to figure out why I'm dropping frames is because tomorrow I have, you know, such a huge event. And if there's something that needs to be discussed, right? But again, hopefully just an anomaly, because I can't figure out any other things that we're doing that are different. So, all right, well, Lenderman wins by checkmate. Meier not able to crack into the top 10 with that. He was in 11th place, as you can see. He'll probably still be outside the top 10 the next time we come back and check on him. Let's see how Hammer's doing against Naroditsky, right? The entire event is rooting for Hammer in this game, but they're all going to be disappointed because Naroditsky is in his zone right now. Stella got her groove back, and it involved checkmate on f2, or maybe h2. No, f2, like I said. That's how Stellar found her groove back. You didn't know that? Yeah, no, Stellar got her groove back on f2. It's just well known. Well known. All right. Well, big win there for Naroditsky to take down a GM opponent and maintain himself at the top. I feel like I've seen Tang take on this guy, Yavruk Kurt 40, like 7 times today. And what? Oh, Tang is black, 18 seconds to 10 seconds, and he just blundered his rook. So he just resigned. Surprising, but okay, interesting. All right, so we'll keep our eye on that. Let's move over to see Krikor, our top chess streamer versus our top chess player right now. Naroditsky sitting at number 1. Krikor sitting at over 1,000 viewers. If you're not following his channel on Twitch, that means it's a you problem today. That's Krikor. Go Betty. Go Betty or go home. Go Betty or go home. You got it. Oh, sorry, laughing at something from the chat. Chess Bay privately telling me something. I probably can't repeat what you said to me in Slack on stream, so I won't. But that was a good one. LOL, you got me. All right, Naroditsky wins again. This dude, he's a wrecking ball right now. Anyway. Good stuff. The kids are good. The kids are good, Z Nation Chess. Thanks for asking, right? Yeah, kids are good. Yeah, the other day, my 2-year-old, oh, Meier Naroditsky, yes, the dream of the Arena King comes clear. If anyone's going to slow down the Danya train, they need their top German GM to come through. Everybody's like, come on, Meier, do what we know you're capable of and beat Naroditsky. And it looks like he's on pace to do so. He's up a piece. And where is Danya's compensation? Naga win this one, right? Talia told me the other day when I asked her if she would listen to her mom. She's 2, instead of being a brat. She said, don't you ever, never tell me that. So she put me in my ever, never is her thing now. Don't you ever, never, and she points with her pinky. Don't you ever, never tell me that. So we got problems in the Rensch household, I'll tell you that much. All right. Meier is causing problems for Naroditsky right now. This is what the team needs, right? Team Arena King, Team Tang, Team, Lenderman, Team Neem, anybody. All these guys need Naroditsky to be slowed down, and Meier is just the man to do it. Meier is just the man to do it. Yeah, I think Krikor does do back and forth. I see you, Bobby R., gold member in the Chess TV chat. I think Krikor streams to both Portuguese and English, so you might want to follow him. Anyway, there you go. Meier helps out. Meier helps out. Helps out the crowd. Diamond member TB Cummins still rooting for Ben. Right? At least Ben has one person rooting for him over there in Chess TV chat. Just kidding. I love making fun of Ben. Don't worry. Ben and I love each other. Don't worry about it. It's one of my favorite people to make fun of. Kind of like how Hikaru feels about making fun of me. I don't know. Same thing. Oh, you did? That's awesome, Chess Bay. Yeah, I actually had a long meeting with Greg Shahadi today talking about this upcoming season of the Pro Chess League and making sure we're on the same page. So kind of a creative planning meeting, but pretty excited about that. All right, so Naroditsky still in first place and still by 5 points despite having dropped. But who is Jumbus here? Let's check out this guy. Is this guy streaming? Is Jumbus streaming? Anybody know? Because right now he's working the system, getting slightly easier pairings with his 2100 rating. So if he's able to take advantage by beating his peers, good for him. Jumbo's currently on a hot streak of 9. The only person in the top 10 riding such a hot streak, right? Very funny, Walruski. Very funny. Exactly. I will be world champion very soon. Don't worry about it. All right. Hammer taken down. No, he's only got 1 second. OMGzers. OMGzers. Hammer. You just blundered your rook. Why? OMGsers. Sometimes you just panic, right? The rook was actually protected on e3, and there was nothing but pre-move Harry to victory, right? But you just lose your emotional well-being, right? Wow. Amazing. 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 Phenomenal. Arugula. All right. Poor Hammer. Not having his best day. Not even in the top 15, actually. So Hammer has not had his best day so far. But make sure you follow his Twitch channel anyway. Make sure you follow his Twitch channel anyway. Twitch.tv/GMJLH. All you got to do is go like this. Boom. There you go. You see everybody. But I don't even think that is everybody. If you search the chess category, I mean, half the time we find new people streaming in chess, specifically because of this tournament. I mean, if you were in Season 1, it was like at some point through the middle of season, someone was like, is that Gatakomsky streaming? Like, I think that's Gatakomsky. Like, he was just streaming on his own, right? So it's pretty fun. So if you haven't ever considered streaming chess, now's your time. All right, here we go. Meier Naroditsky, the rematch. One man, one potential chance at redemption. Rook to d1, bishop to g5. Double the rooks on the d file. One journey, one square, one opportunity. Put the knight on d6. Don't play g5, Meier. Oh, don't do it. He's going to be punished. Even if the sack is unsound, I'm calling an attack that wins for Naroditsky because it's just too much in this setting, I think. Okay, now to Meier's credit, he's gotten off a couple more pieces quickly than I thought, but okay, now you can you can't take f6 and you can't take d7. Okay, so creative moves. And this is why Meier is the perfect remedy. This is why Meier is the perfect remedy for the train that is Naroditsky, because Danya, I mean, it's not to take anything away from, we know there's so many strong bullet players here, right? You've got Tang and you've got Lenderman, we got all this stuff, but Danya is just stronger than most of the field from a chess perspective, you know? And Meier is like probably the only GM I would say that's better than him in the field. And so from a chess perspective, Danya can't get away with his BS, so to speak, and Meier just crushes him. Looks like, yeah, now Meier can get the ladies. Oh, the rook falls. Ouch, it hurt. Ooh, here's a good one. Fiorja. Fiorja must have just realized the event was going. You're right. You're right. I think you're right. I think overall they play a match, and you're looking at Danya winning. I would say like 6-4 out of 10, maybe even 6.5, 3.5 on a day, because I think the chess can make up for Meier. But okay, Fiorja is young Iranian future superstar, if I may be so bold to steal ChessBase line from chat. And I think he maybe just figured out that we were doing an Arena Kings, because I would be shocked if he's not streaming. Fiorja. 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 Isn't that what I said? Did I say Fiorja? Okay, Fiorja. I'm sorry. Fiorja. Fiorja is here. He showed up. Fiorja is better, actually. Okay, why did he give up f6 right there? I don't know. I think he should have taken on d5 while he had the chance. Still a tough position to win with only 10 seconds, but now Tang is definitely in the driver's seat as far as X's and O's go. Bishop d5 is a really strong move. Rook check, you probably have to go to g5. At some point, you're going to... Okay. Tang is definitely in the driver's seat on the board. But will he have enough time to take care of the goods? I don't know. He stalemated him. He's got him. 3 seconds. Pre-move himself. Auto victory. That's mate. That's mate, if you're into that. And we get the matchup, right? Meier took out Naroditsky as far as this this German storm that he's on right now. That was probably his nickname in high school, the German Storm. So the German storm continues here, as now he gets Tang. But Tang is like, what is that move? 95. The discovery on the bishop. Nice. Okay, there's a lot of superficial pressure here, but I'm not sure that there's really a crushing attack. And if white fails, then this king is more open than black's. Knight takes h4. The queen can come to d4, and you might even stack the exchange on e4. I would almost consider taking first. I don't know if you would take and then give check and then take here. That might have been slightly better, if you know what I mean, right? Because now Tang is keeping this bishop, and he's keeping the potential for the mating net. Yeah, I think Meier should have sacrificed the exchange when he had a chance. Now you can't take because it's mate on h7. Bishop takes g6 now. Seems pretty straightforward for Tang, and I think Meier's just busted. Yeah, it's just that's what we like to call a spite check in the business. That's a spite check. He's got nothing. So yeah, was I right about that? I think I was right about that. I think back here. Oop. Silly goose. Stop it! Ah! Hate that. That's the problem with being in the arena. I gotta make sure I don't enter the arena because it keeps dragging me back and assuming I want to play. I hate that. Anyway, pretty sure he should have sacked the exchange and Meier would have been okay. But he didn't. Okay. A lot of games this round. Tang taken on Krikor. You got Bartholomew taken on Meier. And at this point, even though Meier just lost to Tang, he's still been on quite the comeback tour, right? Or as Serena would say, don't call it a comeback, right? He's been here for years. That's what I'm saying, Ludsteck, in the Chess TV chat. That's exactly. Whenever a whole bunch of Germans are in a room, they refer to each other as German Storm, like German Pancake, you know, German Journey, whatever, right? That's how it is. So obviously you clearly have never gone to high school in Germany. So, all right. Meier is on the recovery track here against Finns, mainly because of the clock. Black is probably a little bit better too, actually, despite being down the pawn here, but he's on the recovery track. Oh, okay, you are German. That's good. Let's take. That's good. Funny. Anyway, then you actually passed my test, so congratulations. All right, Tang is. He probably should have just gone to that king and pawn ending right there, knight d4. I think white would have been better, but okay. Yeah, he offers it the second time, but only 6 seconds. Now he blunders into the king and pawn ending, but he smartly realizes it and takes on g5. Unfortunately, probably not enough, given that black can basically just pre-move to a victory here. And now you can really pre-move to a victory if you're black. Oh, wow. I thought he almost blundered that away. Pretty funny. Yeah, those are the most irritating moves to deal with when you're trying to battle in the time scramble. Your opponent doesn't do the thing that they should do to mate you with a king and queen. They just give some sort of check. Ugh. Brings me like flashbacks to every time I've lost that way. It hurts. It hurts so bad. All right. Meier and Tang again. We're focused at the top. Remember, everybody you see right now is streaming their own perspective in our Arena Kings. This is the beginning of Season 2, if you're just joining us. I'm going to do a little media because we've got about 1,000 of you, and I want to make sure that while I have your eyeballs, you know exactly what it is that you're looking at. And yeah, remember, it's September, so if you like what you see, please show your support. But so yeah, Season 2 is underway. It started today. The detailed version of the prizes shows that week in and week out, we have these particular cash breakdowns going out, all building up to the Streamers Championship for the next few months. Points are awarded based on their standings at the end, and ultimately qualification into the Streamers Championship happens because of the points you've earned throughout. And remember that if you want all the information that you need, here's the excuse me. Here's the full schedule. Excuse me. And mark your calendar. Mark your calendar for everything you need. And like I said, the information of Season 1 and Season 2 is on chess.com. I'll even throw you the link here. So, there you go. I'm commentating in this. That's why I'm not competing in it. If that wasn't clear. So, all right. We're starting to get down to it. The 40-minute marker is a big one because remember that you're racing not only to beat your opponent on the chessboard, but against that clock, right? So here we're really getting down to it. This 2-hour event is now in its final leg, the final third of the show here, and we still have Naroditsky doing what he does best at the top of the standings there. But I wouldn't say that Penguin GM or even Jumbus, right? Obviously he's not the name that Tang is, but assuming Jumbus is streaming, and again, I don't have confirmation for that, but if he's streaming, he's going to get slightly easier pairings, because remember, the format of the Arena King is designed to be a battle amongst peers first and foremost, and sort of, you know, the standings are a part of the algorithm, but strength of opposition is also. So, you know, if he could go on a streak here, I don't know that he's totally out of striking distance either. Right now, as they say, though, in sports, right, Naroditsky controls his, you know, he's in charge of his own fate, right? He controls his own destiny, not destiny. Although, maybe he also controls his own destiny. I don't know, right? But as long as he keeps winning, he's going to win the event. Because at this point, a hot streak of 4 is only going to get bigger, and the bonus points will come in. But as I said, look for Meier to be there at the end of the day. Started out really slow, but has maintained himself. And I don't know, Halvard. I think it may have fewer, given that a lot of our regular competitors are European, right? Certainly, Georg Meier is streaming from a less than ideal time zone. We know some others are, but there's also been a lot of feedback from streamers in the Western Hemisphere who would prefer an opportunity to stream at a more reasonable time, right, when they're off work. So I don't know. Either way, it's going to be a fun balance to see, and remind you, everybody, that the next Arena Kings event is Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. And that's the weekly schedule. Monday and Friday are at noon. Wednesday is at 5. So be aware. All right, Krikor's got a good bind here. And this is super dangerous when you've got the knight in on the situation. There's possibly threats of queen d1 and then h4 and h5. I'm not sure exactly what Krikor's doing. I think that was a mistake. And why is he taking the ladies off the board? That's a I'm in a time scramble and super nervous decision. I think driving the h pawn there with the queen on the board was really really dangerous potentially for Naroditsky. But okay. At this point, he didn't go for it, so what's in the past is in the past, and even if I'm right, which I think I'm going to be, that Naroditsky's going to go on to win this game now, too late now. So, you know, it's just a difficult thing to do, obviously, when you're already got your eyes on the clock, given the situation. So it makes sense that that's what you're doing, but at this point, it's really, in hindsight, just a big blunder there by Krikor not to keep the queens on the board. So he didn't have any other chance, I think, to win this game. This Matt Chess, Diamond member in Chess TV chat, there is a place you can see the standings. I'll share the link with you, but again, the event has only just started. So there are no standings yet, right? Outside of what you see here, so... Master Zachary, I can't wait to go into the admin after this when nobody's looking and find out who this person is. Who? I have the power to figure it out. What was that? That was weird. I just went with my goatee and that eyebrow. I almost went Agad Mature, right? I could like do like an Agad Mature impression. I just have to lean back and lift up my leg and like talk casually about the game. Is this a good Agad Mature impression for you? Right, with the goatee and the. I don't know. We'll figure out who Master Zachary is. By we, I mean me, and not you, but it'll be fun either way. Lenderman and Tang. So Tang, if he ever has a chance, it has to start now, right? Unfortunately, doesn't look like that's going to be the case, because that's mate. So I think that's going to call. I don't know. I mean, at this point, it's hard. It's 35 minutes left, but given the way Naroditsky has been playing, it's hard to imagine. Hard to imagine Tang still being in the running for first, which, you know, at this point you almost look at Lenderman's streak as having a better chance, given that he just beat Tang and still has a chance for the bonus points to gather, to add up quickly, right? So, there you go. Yeah, tomorrow, Speeches Championship, Grishik versus Duda. Be here. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Please, don't miss it. Master Zachary. Currently worse against Meier, though. So, the two pieces are not only better than the rook, but the passed d-pawn to go with it gives white a lot of problems. Nice move, queen to e3. I think that probably even f6 before to dislodge the queen would have been my favorite, but this should be good enough. I think you can even just, probably could have just played d2 and d1 and not even cared, but I think d2, d1 comes regardless. Meier's going to get this victory. And he's going to move into the top. He's going to move into the top 5 here any second. I mean, at this point, he's up on the time and completely winning on the board. So okay. Meier takes down Master Zachary, whoever this master is. Hammer and Penguin. This is where the action's at. Ooh. Chang is on the grind. Note that you can't back up the bishop because h2 check, bishop takes f4, and then queen h3 is mate. So Tang is already in a crushing scenario. Isn't this just mate coming to h1? Okay, even here, queen goes to h2, you back out, but rook h3? Yeah, takes, the knight's going to get into g4. Although rook h3 may not have actually been the best in hindsight. Perhaps just sitting and castling long would have been better. Okay, I mean, black's attack is still pretty strong, but he's down the exchange. So, this is not... Yeah, this isn't necessarily clear territory. All right, that was a big one. That's a pin, in case you're forgetting. Yeah, knight c2, rook b1, knight takes c3 check. Yeah, he finds it. And Tang should still take this one down, especially given that he's up on the clock. So, we're going to expect Tang to get this victory here, helping to right his ship. But Naroditsky continues to be on a hot streak, and I was just about to click there. I didn't even need to. He beats Krikor. His hot streak moves even further. He's going to be on a hot streak of 8 now. And okay, this one's over. Just the only reason this is continuing is because, as we said, Hammer doesn't resign. He gets checkmated. Sometimes stalemated. Okay, Naroditsky and Lenderman. Lenderman's in third, so given that these are the two top hot streaks that exist, right, at least as far as the top of the standings, I think we should stay right here. Lenderman in a pretty good spot.
Sorry about the interruption.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's up?
I heard word that you forgot some things.
Yeah, I did.
In a certain far-off place.
I know, I did.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I think it's because you left your room key.
Yeah,
so
I did.
Here's that. And then, the hotel called me and told me that you forgot your Bud Light Strawberryta.
And it's so cold. I mean, you flew all the way in and you kept it cold the whole time. That's amazing.
Yeah. Big credit to them. And then, of course, you're Jamaican Me Happy.
Okay, well, this was supposed to stay between us. Yeah. But I'll forgive you.
They told me to use discretion about it. Okay. All right. Awesome. See you later.
See you later, buddy. Oh, man. For those of you who don't know who that is, that's R in Hawaii. If you're not following him on Twitch, you're just missing out. So I did not expect him to do that. He just comes in, brings me my hotel key, which, by the way, I don't know if you know, these things are as good as gold. Fun fact, if you go back to the same hotel, the key still works. That sounds crazy, Danny. Have you ever tried it? Okay. That's so funny. All right. Well, the show continues. Naroditsky falls. I missed it. I missed the end. Did he fall? What happened in this game here? Oh, draw. Okay, so he didn't fall, but the hot streak ended. I see. Okay. So I was just looking at that number right there. But with 30 minutes left, it's time. In fact, the only person with a hot streak that might be able to do it is playing Naroditsky right now. And I want this. You're making me happy. Honestly, and it's cold, too. Like, what's in this thing? Is it cool if I just, like, open this right now? I mean, you guys going to be offended by that? I mean, seriously. I mean, I read the Surgeon General warning. Don't worry. The Strawberry Rita. What's in this? I mean, can I really say no to that? Just popping it open right now? Strawberry Rita. Oh, classic Oren. Yeah, people wondering about tech issues, but I don't know where the Chess Bros have been. They haven't played in this event as often as they should, you know. But it doesn't matter because we got plenty of other things to watch here. All right, Meier and Naroditsky. This is where Naroditsky makes his money. Is despite being on the worst side of it, he's up 10 seconds on the clock. Which, if you consider the strength of these two guys, right? The level of chess that they play, right? To be up 10 seconds in bullet, that's not too shabby. That's all I'm saying. Now, probably they're going to finish this one in a draw, but no, Naroditsky, yeah, okay. I was going to say, is he going to try to flag him or just take the draw? Decides he doesn't have enough of an advantage on the clock to justify playing on. I'm a little surprised by that. I think if Danya plays on, he probably flags a lot of his opponents in these situations. But you'll be offended if I don't open it. Well, then I clearly have to, right? Because I can't. That's not true, Sly, whatever. But thanks for reading into that. That's actually not true. I just think they're not playing as often as they should for their own sake because I worry about them. I'm like a dad to them. I know you're like I didn't adopt you, but I'm kind of the Chess Bros dad, and you can ask them that. So there you go. Cheers. Oh, it's really good. All right, don't worry about it. I love it. Really loved it. I'm gonna put it over here. Hopefully, I forget about it before the show's done today. Woo! All right. So, all right. So many other options. We got Meier and Hammer here. Meier won that game, didn't he? Oh no. Okay, but he's still in 4th place. The problem is, 4th place or not, everybody is waning in terms of potential striking distance to reach Naroditsky. Though I guess I spoke a little too soon to say that Tang wouldn't have a chance to mount a streak big enough to catch up, because at this point, Naroditsky has had several tough pairings in a row, and he's kind of stayed around the 120-point mark, right? Whereas Tang is on a hot streak, right? And looks like he's about to win again. He's just up in this end game. So if Tang wins this game, right, you're looking at jumping up again, another good 3-4 points. Naroditsky, though, finally has kind of recovered. Looks like he found himself somebody that he's also gonna beat to recover. But Meier and Hammer, that's still the interesting one. Meier doing what he normally does, which is win chess games, right? Crab cakes and football. That's what Maryland does. Georg Meier wins chess games for a living. Literally. People are like, oh, that's like he eats pieces of bleep like you for breakfast, right? No, he literally eats pieces of chess. He eats chess pieces for breakfast. Like, that's what he does, right? So, yeah. All right. Meier only has 1 second, though. So, sadly, despite what he normally does, he's not going to do that here. Or is he? Oh, my God. 0.4 seconds? 0.6? Holy. How did that game end? It shows you how tricky the knights are, right? The knights are just nasty. Knights are sort of the honey badgers of chess, you know? Wow. Okay. Well, the race for first, you're hoping that Tang can give Naroditsky a little bit of a scare. Here comes f4, and then the bishop's going to pop into d3. And, dirty girl. Look at that. Tang wants the whole thing. Doesn't even want to take and just win the rook. Oh, but he gives him the mate anyway. Was that because he wanted to be mated on camera? Is he masochistic? I don't know. But either way, Tang obliged, right? He was into doing it on camera that day, apparently. All right. Naroditsky is still in first. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Lenderman and Tang, right where I want to be. Chess Bay equals best mod. That's not even a question. Like, is that even a debate? Like, is there anybody that ranks the mods across the entirety of Twitch? That's actually really interesting, right? I maybe there. Okay, if there's already like somebody who writes a blog on that, or there's like a service of who the most awesomeness mods are, that's interesting. And I would like to please share that with me. But if not, somebody should do that. You know, I think so. So, Naroditsky's saying he has lag issues, King Old Man. He might. He's not on his best internet today. That's what he said. This has been on for about an hour and a half. Diamond member, Guns AU. Gunsa from Austria. Right? Gunsa. All right. Lenderman got a lot of pawns for those two minors. Normally we love the minors, but that's a lot of pawns, right? And if the rooks can get active, really this is going to come down to a time scramble. 14 seconds for Tang, 17 seconds for Lenderman. A4 coming? No. Okay, he plays king up. Knight there. King over. Got A4 coming? No, he doesn't want it. Doesn't want it. Wants more than the whole thing here. I don't think Lenderman played that as best as possible in the time scramble. Given that I feel like the rook's best option was pre-move stuff. Oh, but he manages to work it. Oh my gosh, and is he going to get rid of the last pawn in time? Oh, mate! Oh, Tang just mated himself! What in the world? Oh my god, Tang beat himself that game. And that might be the tournament right there, right? Given that his hot streak had gotten him within that 10-point striking distance. With 20 minutes left, I think we can safely say that probably the top spot has been clinched by Daniel Naroditsky. Now, how second through fifth finish, right? That still seems pretty open for debate. All of these guys potentially within striking distance there. I mean, you know, clearly Tang is favored to be second, but wow. Wow. That's crazy. All right. Where to go next? Naroditsky starting his next game. Hammer's taking on Go Warriors 30. Meier taking on MC4 Chess. Just scrolling, right? Some people be rolling. I be scrolling. I keep scrolling. I keep scrolling. I keep scrolling until I find somebody I want to see. Finns is playing. Yeah, this should be a win here for Finns, short of a pre-move blunder. This is Ova. Okay, I keep scrolling. We got Trent. Trent's taking on Krikor, but doesn't look like the best start for the Englishman. Yeah, we might have mate problems on the H-file here. Although, okay, nice little counterplay. Got to defend with rook e1 here, I think. I think that was... Whoa! Krikor is just backing himself into a corner. Like, literally, that... What? Not the best. Not the best work there. And Krikor's probably going to lose this game now. That's got to hurt. That's going to leave a mark. Here comes the other rook over, and somehow, right as I say, it didn't look very good for the Englishman. Krikor is on the defense. Make sure you check out Trent's stream as well, twitch.tv/TrentOSK. Go there. Go to there. Go to there. I swear to gosh, there's so much sugar in that drink. Just like, what in the world is this? It's just, there's no way that this is, what? It's just so cold, even from Jamaica. Oren, just, you know. Classy guy. Oh, it's just so not my thing. I'm kind of a straight whiskey guy, though. Like, I'm like the guy who people are like, don't you want to put something in that? I'm like, don't. Okay. I was raised by Russians, all right? And, you know, everything else is just distraction. All right, Naroditsky and Hammer. Yeah, this is where Naroditsky, we scroll up. That's where Naroditsky really puts it away here, I think. Queen e3, watch d4. Here comes the bishop to e2. That's a problem. Just going to take it. Ooh, that's nice. A little intermezzo there by Hammer. I dig it. I dig it the most. He'll just put the king on b1. And then f5. Yeah. Here comes f5 and f6. Keep that queen completely trapped. How awesome would it be if that... Yeah, you can't even allow that. Hammer didn't want to take that pawn because of g6. But he had no choice. Could not allow the queen to be completely trapped. So now queen g3 comes, or rook g7. But the queen will come up. The rook will flip over here. Yeah. Hammer giving up pieces, fighting for survival. And the smart thing there, you try to avoid taking your opponent's pawn around your king as long as you can. And in this case, it's instructive to see that eventually Hammer's attack, I mean, Hammer had to take it. Naroditsky's attack was too strong. Queen g3 or queen f4. Rook over. And we have mate. Okay, found mate 1. I saw rook g5 and queen h4. Mate in 2. Fine. Be better than me, Danya. Be better than me, Naroditsky. Whatever. I just don't care. But, you know, you want to avoid taking those pawns, but eventually it was too much. So, all right. Hammer, though, you know, he recovered. I think he really had a rough event to start. Now he's doing his best against really strong competition. Is there some kind of mate here? Queen takes f7. Oh, that would have been so nasty, right? There isn't. Oh, now there's bishop takes c2. He just missed that. Yeah, he goes for it, but there's nothing there. The king goes back to g8, and it's over. Just down a piece. Okay, don't take it. Bishop h3 is mate. That's the only way you lose this game. What? Why did he do that? Okay, I guess he's not mated, but but still. Why did he just play king g8? I don't even know. Okay, it turns out it's irrelevant. But Hammer took with the rook. I think bishop takes was the ticket. I wanted bishop takes, and when the king moves here, now I have a draw at least. Okay, right? And if you block with the bishop, all right, it's just more material maybe. I don't know. I mean, okay, probably black is winning because it's just the amount of material, but that got a lot dicier than I expected. And okay. It should be fitting that probably one of the last big matchups that'll bring us home here is throwing down right now. Going down, throwing down. Naroditsky. Oh, stretching it out. Oh man. Oh no, I forgot to change from last night. Now the secret is out. Now the secret is out. People know. People know. I could pass for Bruce Wayne, like in the depressed years, you know? Like, you know, before he found his purpose and got in shape and, you know, kind of figured it out, right? I'm like, I could pass for that Bruce Wayne, right? The kind of slightly overweight, struggling a little bit mentally, emotionally. I could pass for that Bruce Wayne, you know? That's right. That's right, Walruski. I didn't know that the Chess.com Computer Chess Championship is down. That's my only comment. I didn't know, but not really my department. That's Eric's baby. Go yell at Eric about that one. I'll check on it after the show here, see if it's back. All right, Naroditsky looks like he's going to do his job against Tang, and if that's the case, this event is really over, as this would really be the last chance at victory for Tang. Okay, it's not over yet, though. It's going to be a time scramble. And though Naroditsky's up a piece, it's not the best bishop we've ever seen over here, right? So, queen to b3. That's what he should have played. Ah, no. This is probably going to be good enough. But maybe not, actually. I mean, this is... Whoa! This is not going to be a... this is going to be a crazy finish either way. We got checks, that's for sure. We've got checks, but look who's pre-moving the whole time. Tang. Oh, the queen's come... Oh, he blundered the queen! Tang is going to beat him! He's going to mate him! Oh my gosh, with only 1 second, delivers the goods. How in the world did Naroditsky lose that position, right? That was awesome. And it keeps the event alive, right? Okay, 14 minutes... If this were a blitz arena, I would say there's not enough time. But in a bullet arena, right? I mean, somebody make sure that Naroditsky didn't just like throw his computer out the window on his stream. Will you? Can you confirm for me that Naroditsky didn't just you know, throw his computer out the window? Hope not. Hope not. Thank you, SoccerChan85, for subscribing. Remember, can't you gift subs for like $1 or something this month, right? We love it. Thank you, Sakura-chan 85. That's like Daniel-san, Sakura-chan. Okay, thank you, Bae, for confirming that Naroditsky is still alive. Eases my heart chakra. Wow, I'm not sure he should be right now. Maybe he should be throwing his computer out the window because that was bad. But okay, should probably still remain in the driver's seat. Penguin is gonna take down Crypto, I'm assuming. Looks like it. He's about to do some dirty things with this D pawn. Although maybe he'll get a mate on the light squares, even better. Yeah, bring it. G4, H5. Ooh, I wanted H5. This move. Numerous threats. Okay, but bringing the rook into D3 to help with F3 is one of them. And look at that. Tang wins again, right? He's doing his best to put a late push on. He's got a late push going here to try to catch Naroditsky stumbling down the stretch. And now Naroditsky's not in an easy situation here against Master Zachary, because if he doesn't deliver a mate... Okay, I guess he's up on time. Classic Danya, but this is a lost ending. B5 is just winning here for... Yeah, very nice. Okay, Master Zachary might be about to make this whole thing an arena. Because look at this. With 12 minutes left, if Naroditsky thought this thing was over, he is sorely mistaken. Likely Naroditsky is winning this game because of time, though. That's where it seems to be headed, right? Okay, both sides now trying to pre-move. Expect the sacrifice. Okay, so Master Zachary confirms or, firms up the draw. And it is a 4-point spread right now between Tang and Naroditsky right at the top. All right, buckle up, people, right? You can go check out their perspectives at their channel right now. Please just search the chess category on Twitch. Do it. I see. I'm learning Twitch. Got it. Okay. Sorry, Chess Bay. Sorry about that. You know, at some point I'm just going to purposely mess up these things just to troll you. Just because at that point it wouldn't be the same in our relationship if I wasn't, constantly getting these things wrong. You can tell how I feel about that malt beverage, right? Switching to water here. Oh man. Meier is also finishing strong, and looks like the top 3 is going to shake out, you know, just as you see it. But the nice thing if you're Tang right now is that you've put yourself in a position to catch Naroditsky just based on, if he's playing him right now, if he wins this one, just on the bonus points, if he wins this one, we have a tie. Tang is literally playing to tie the arena with this game right here. 20 seconds. Again, Naroditsky has not put himself in the best position, and now he blunders. Oh my gosh. Naroditsky on the verge of losing this arena, and he blunders the rook, and we have a tie. A tie where only Tang can mess it up. Wow. Amazing stuff. And at this point, you really got to be kicking yourself for losing that game, that you were just up a piece and up like 5 seconds on the clock. I mean, seriously. So there's no blaming not being at your best server or your home base when you're giving away these kind of games. So the only chance Naroditsky has is to win now, to try to keep pace with Tang, and then to play him again. He's got to play him again and beat him. It's his only chance, because Tang is going to be on a hot streak, getting bonus points for every game he wins. Although it looks like he's about to see that streak come to an end here, because Lenderman is definitely much better in this position as it stands right now. Queen c6 was weird. Queen f5 made a lot more sense, but okay. You can check and trade queens if you want, if you're Lenderman. And probably that was the right decision given the clock. Now the rook can swing to c4. Okay, good enough, right? Put the rook... Okay, you can use your majority. Nicely played there by Lenderman, putting Tang kind of in the... I don't think Lenderman's going to have enough time. I mean, he's winning the rook ending, but Tang is up 10 seconds almost on the clock. And now he's probably not even winning the rook ending anymore. Amazing play right now from Andrew, who's going to win yet again. And, okay, that was nice. That was a nice maneuver there by Lenderman. May actually save the game. May save the game if he can give up the queen for the rook and eliminate the pawn, right? He does so, but he's not going to have enough to win. So Tang gains points, which is key, right? Because you just want to separate from Naroditsky if you're trying to win the event. But unfortunately sees his hot streak come to an end. And if you want to talk about out of the frying pan into the fire, Tang moves from Lenderman to Meier. Holy shenanigans, that rhyme. Out of the frying pan into the fire. Now time to play Georg Meier. Okay, so at this point, Tang still sort of in control of his own destiny, but has to take on... Oh, and Naroditsky's losing again. Naroditsky's on full tilt. He's on full tilt. He's giving away this event. I mean, at this point, now he loses to somebody he has no business losing to, and should have just resigned. I mean, honestly, that was just bad. That was just bad tournament strategy right there, right? Because he... I mean, at that point, why are you playing that game on, right? So, shockingly, if you're Naroditsky, wait, did Tang already beat Meier? Holy, okay. It looks like the Penguin GM is not to be stopped today, because right now, all the breaks are going his way. Naroditsky is on full tilt. I don't even want to recommend going to Danya's stream right now, because, you know, I want to make sure you guys continue to have a good day. But, yeah, I'm sure he's in rage mode. I'm sure he's in rage mode. I would be shocked. But okay, it looks like the Penguin GM shocks the world, comes all the way back, or Naroditsky shocks the world by how he finished, however, whatever your perspective is. And Meier has also finished very strong. The top three, I'm going to say, is going to finish just as you see it right there, right? It doesn't look like Naroditsky is going to have the ability to turn this thing around. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's true. I mean, he definitely has definitely been given a gift here today, right? I mean, Andrew is definitely benefiting from it, and so it's nice to acknowledge that. But I think, you know, if you're Danya, you just got to be able to control yourself if a game like that doesn't go your way, because now you're just losing to Georg Meier. You're down the exchange, and I think this is the tournament here. With only 5 minutes left, that's hardly enough time for 2 more games. And I think I would guess that Andrew is probably about to win his game against the man who just took down Naroditsky, Alexander Drozdov. So Tang has played amazing today. And I'm going to guess that the top 3 finishes just as you see it, with Tang at first, Naroditsky second, despite winning that one against Meier. What just happened? Oh, Meier just blundered. Just blundered the knight and lost on time. Okay, so maybe, you know, I guess there's still a little bit of time. Anything can happen, right? Danya now taking on Master Zachary. But every game takes another minute or 2 off the total game clock, and I think you're running up against the math. This is a fun one. Andrew playing his Trumpovsky Verisov stuff that he plays so well, taking on Finn's John Bartholomew. Should be good for white. Safely managed to win that pawn, and black doesn't seem to have any compensation, right? White has the pawn and the compensation here, to be honest. Here comes c4. Okay, not yet, but at some point here, we're gonna see c4, and if white can take care of the weaknesses, then there's really no compensation for black. Okay, f3. It's a slightly committal move, but still, black doesn't have enough counterplay to you know, e5 before allowing the knight trade might have been Finn's best chance. But okay, but the one thing you got to give John credit for as his Tang just blunders the knight. You just forgot the rook was guarding the pawn. I was going to say the one that you have to give John credit for is, despite being worse, he's up on the clock, right? So if this game remains close, you think that Bartholomew has an advantage in the time scramble, now with a 7-second time advantage. But then Tang blundered the piece, so now you really could see Finns win this game, which puts the pressure over here on Naroditsky, who manages to win. Okay. So is it really going to come down to one final chance at amazing. Okay. But all right, if Finns manages to come back and win this game, then it doesn't matter. Okay? Can white come back and win this game? I don't know if he can do it. He might not even be winning. The biggest issue for Andrew, though, is the clock, right? Oh my gosh, he just blundered the queen. Andrew's doing everything he can because he's run out of time, and it looks like Finns just gave Daniel Naroditsky the biggest gift he's ever had. John Bartholomew may have just won the tournament for Daniel Naroditsky right there. And I will never call who's winning again. Joshua Coleman strikes again. Was that his name, Chess Bay? So great. Are they going to play? No, they're not. Oh, it would have been so great if they were playing to end the event. But Naroditsky is taken on Blitzstream, and right now he's actually under the gun, so this looks super dangerous. But if Naroditsky manages himself against Blitzstream, then it's going to come down to what happens here between Krikor and Andrew Tang. This is the most... We couldn't have asked for a closer event to start Season 2, right? I mean, this is super exciting. You know, if you're just joining us, Naroditsky led the event by probably 15 points with like 15 minutes left. But Tang went on a massive hot streak, including 2 games where he beat Daniel Naroditsky in the middle of that hot streak. So Andrew Tang goes on a massive streak to take the lead. But since then, we've seen a whole bunch of back and forth where, at this point, I don't even know if either player is going to have time to finish. Naroditsky might win the tournament based solely on the fact that he actually gets to finish his game before the time runs out, right? At this point, the only thing that's going to save it Naroditsky is that he's going to win before the total timer runs out, and I'm not sure what's going to happen in Krigor's game. Okay, Naroditsky wins. So literally, with 30 seconds left and a huge time advantage, Tang could win and leapfrog the standings one more time. This is it right here. This is the game for all the marbles. If Tang can pull off this victory in the next 15 seconds, I don't think he can do it. I don't think he can do it. He has to win in 10 seconds. Can he do it? He wins the night, but it's not going to be enough with only 5 seconds left. Holy bananas. Did he win? He won on time. Oh my God! I've never seen a finish that close. Oh my gosh! Wow! Oh, member Jesus! Oh, member Jesus, silly Bob! Oh my gosh! Right there, the arena ends, and Krigor doesn't lose on time in time. Wow. That was amazing. That was amazing. Yeah, so the point is you're racing against the total game clock. You're racing against the total event clock. You have to finish the game before the time runs out or the game doesn't count. And Andrew was not able to win this game before the event ended. I mean, still has an incredible tournament and finishes in second place with the silver medal. But I've never seen an arena come down to literally, like, whoever won the last game there, right? If Tang wins that game, he catches Naroditsky, right? And then we have a tie. Because I think his hot streak had ended. I think Tang actually only would have gotten 3 points for that win. So the truth is, I think Naroditsky might have won the event anyway. Because what was Tang's history? Let me see. What was Tang's history? Yeah, you know what? I know this makes it a little bit less exciting, but remember, Andrew had just lost to John Bartholomew. So even if he wins this game, Naroditsky was still first place. Because once your hot streak is over, you only get 2 points for the win. And Tang had no hot streak. Yeah, I think Yakafuzz is pointing that out. Yeah, that was crazy fun. Seriously. I don't know why we didn't have more people spamming this. I'll use the chess.com account for it, which I rarely do, but I'm not logged into my own account right now because, you know, I was worried about my drop frames. Now my drop frames are like, now I'm like down to like nothing. In fact, I haven't dropped a frame in an hour and 2 minutes. So at some point I stopped I don't know what happens, but those of you who stuck it out the whole time, despite me not having the best tech today, I apologize and I really appreciate your support. Thanks for being here. But I don't know why this event started out on an awkward foot, but it definitely finished on the right one. I had a ton of fun. I feel a lot more excited now than I did to start the day. And as amazing as that fit, I thought if Tang won this game, he would have leapfrogged Tang first. Turns out Naroditsky had wrapped it up. Even if Tang wins this game, he would have had 148 points, not 146, and Naroditsky would have won the event anyway. So despite almost beating himself, Danya does manage to pull it together just enough and finishes with a hot streak just in time to wrap up the event. So big kudos to Georg Meier, right? We were so focused on the Tang-Naroditsky battle as we should have been. That was a crazy leapfrog, but, you know, Hans Meier, Georg Gruber came all the way back, right? He almost finished tightening that silencer before he did his deed, right? So Meier, if Meier could just learn how to start one of these events off on the right foot, he'd run away with it. The problem with Georg is he starts so slow. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. That's right. Yeah, Dr. Tancredide. Yeah, Naroditsky almost beat himself. He almost beat himself today. Managed to pull together. Congratulations to Andrew Tang. Congratulations to Georg Meier. And, of course, congratulations to our winner, Naroditsky. All of those streaming in the Arena Kings events are earning points, Grand Prix points, and they're winning cash prizes. So, again, just to remind you all, that's our full slate of schedule for Season 2. I know that's complicated, but go ahead and take a picture with your face camera, or you can just check out our Arena Kings information link. I will not be hosting Wednesday's event at 5 o'clock, but I will be back on Friday, meaning yours truly personally. I am hosting commentary tomorrow for the Speed Chess Championship, as well as Thursday. But okay, that's the full schedule. As a reminder, these are the points that were up for grabs, and they are up for grabs in every event this week. These are the standard Arena Kings prize points. Royal Arena Kings, of course, as we know, have more. You can see the Royal Arena Kings there in that second column, which is our once-a-month event that gives more cash and bigger points. Remember, we have a best clip prize. Okay, so I know that that's something we haven't had before, but if you watched any of these channels and you saw a fun clip, obviously you can clip anything you saw here today with some Danny OMG emotes, but I'm not eligible for the prizes. The other players are, but let's remind you of what the contest is here.
Let's play H5.
These are just some fun moments.
Oh, no! Son of a gun!
I love that one by Sam, son of a gun. Oh. Sam is such a good family man. This is so great. Watch this if you haven't seen it. Gets me every time. Oh my gosh. John had a little bit too much in that cup that day. Killing me, John.
Thank you. No, what? Is that a stalemate? Are you kidding? Who is that? His keys? No, I don't want a rematch.
This is the most painful thing that's ever happened to me.
Wait, what? Why would you queen? Why would you queen?
Anyway, so check out the clips, and make clips for your favorite streamers, please, and share them as part of the contest here every week. So, oh yeah, that is just great. I know you're happy, Chespay. But all right, everybody, das vidanya to you. Say goodbye to the goatee because it's going away. It's going away today. Maybe that's why I had lag in the stream today. Maybe it was a sign. I don't know what your username is, BezTalk. I don't know if you got a prize or not based on what your standings were, but you do have to stream to be eligible for prizes. So yes, if you didn't stream, you're not eligible. Yeah, we'll see everybody tomorrow. Pretty excited to get the Speed Chess Championship second round underway. Right? While I have you, remember the first round is done. And the second round, I mean, I can't pick my favorite matchup. I think probably Aroni and Geary, which is sad to me because that's this week. I wish I had more time to build hype. I'm so excited for Aronian versus Geary. It's for Dunk-a-Bunk. And I happen to be shanking my Rabunka Dunk right now. So Aroni and Geary, that's the big one. As much as I love to see MVL and Hikaru, two of my boys, going at it, I feel like Hikaru just has the format over Maxime. I feel like Maxime has had bad luck. He just keeps getting paired with Hikaru and he can't figure it out. So I expect Hikaru to move on there, but who knows, right? Not my job to necessarily predict, just to commentate on what happens. So, you know, I wouldn't mind if either one of them moved on. Chespay, I wouldn't mind if Aronian or Geary moved on. They're both really, really nice guys, big personalities, super fun. It's gonna be super fun to see that match. So. All right, everybody, thanks for being here. Reminder of the next Arena Kings Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. The next big event on this channel here is what I was talking about, the matchup between Grishuk and Jan-Krzysztof Duda. So see you tomorrow, and peace.